When Congress passed the Secure 2.0 Act on December 29, 2022, all 358 pages of it, tucked inside Section 126, was a provision so consequential, so structurally unusual, and so poorly understood by the financial industry that the Wall Street Journal called it one of the most significant retirement savings changes in a generation. And the IRS did not issue comprehensive guidance on it until March 2024. It is not a tax shelter. It is not a workaround. It is a permanent feature of the federal tax code, effective January 1st, 2024, that allows Americans who have held a 529 college savings account for 15 or more years to roll unused funds directly into a Roth IRA, tax-free, penalty-free, and completely outside the normal Roth contribution income limits that disqualify millions of retirees every single year. If you funded a 529 account for a child or grandchild and that money was never fully used, you may be sitting on a tax-free Roth IRA contribution vehicle worth up to $35,000. And the clock to use it is already running. Here is what the next 22 minutes will show you. 5 dimensions of this loophole, and 4 adjacent provisions in the Secure 2.0 Act that most Americans have never heard of, that together represent the most powerful retirement tax repositioning opportunity created by federal legislation since the Roth IRA itself was established in 1997. Dimension number 1, the 529 to Roth IRA rollover under Secure 2.0 Section 126. The specific rules, the specific limits, the specific 15-year waiting period, and the one requirement that almost every financial advisor gets wrong when they explain it to clients. Dimension number 2, the new super catch-up contribution, Section 109 of Secure 2.0, which beginning in 2025 allows Americans age 60, 61, 62, and 63 to contribute up to $11,250 per year to a workplace retirement plan, instead of the standard $7,500 catch-up. I will show you the specific calculation and the specific account types where this provision applies, and the one account type where it does not, which surprises almost everyone who hears it. Dimension number 3, the employer match on student loan payments, Section 110 of Secure 2.0, a provision that allows employers to match employee student loan payments as if they were retirement contributions. I will show you why this provision, designed for young workers, has an unexpected and powerful application for grandparents who are paying down student loans for grandchildren. Dimension number 4, the Roth SEP-IRA and Roth Simple IRA, provisions established under Secure 2.0 Section 601 and 602, that for the first time allow self-employed retirees and small business owners to make Roth-designated contributions to SEP and Simple accounts, creating a tax-free retirement accumulation vehicle with contribution limits of up to $69,000 per year that bypasses Roth IRA income limits entirely. Dimension number 5. The Emergency Savings Account Provision, Section 127 of Secure 2.0, that allows employers to automatically enroll employees in a Roth-designated emergency savings account linked to their 401k, with penalty-free withdrawals at any time and employer matching contributions that do not count against the employee's regular 401k match. I will show you how retirees returning to part-time work can exploit this provision to generate tax-free income with employer-matched contributions on a schedule that costs them nothing out of pocket. My name is Howard Gallagher. I am an enrolled agent with over 20 years of experience in federal tax representation and retirement income planning. I have reviewed every section of the Secure 2.0 Act, the IRS's Notice 2024-2 guidance, and the proposed regulations published in July 2024. And I can tell you with certainty that the 5 provisions I am about to explain are not theoretical. They are operational. They are in the tax code right now. What I am about to show you is not investment advice. It is not financial planning. It is a line-by-line translation of federal law into specific actionable steps that qualifying Americans can take before December 31st of this year. The protection moves are at minute 21. Bernard and Sylvia Nakagawa are 67 and 64. They live in Sacramento, California. Bernard spent 33 years as a civil engineer with the California Department of Water Resources before retiring in 2021. Sylvia taught elementary school for 19 years and retired in 2019 with a Cal STRS pension of $3,480 per month. In 2002, Bernard and Sylvia opened a 529 college savings plan for their daughter, Nina, then age 7. Over the following 12 years, they contributed steadily, $200 per month, sometimes more when business was good. By the time Nina enrolled at UC Davis in 2017, the account held $54,800. Nina graduated in 4 years. She received a partial scholarship for her final 2 years. When she walked across the stage in June 2021, $31,400 remained in the 529 account. Bernard and Sylvia did not know what to do with it. Their financial advisor suggested waiting. Maybe Nina will go to graduate school. Nina did not go to graduate school. The $31,400 sat. It grew to $34,600 by December 2023. In January 2024, Bernard read a brief mention of the Secure 2.0529 to Roth provision in a retirement newsletter. He called his financial advisor. The advisor was unfamiliar with the specific rules. Bernard called his 529 plan administrator. The administrator confirmed the rollover was possible but could not advise on the tax mechanics. Bernard came to my office in February 2024. Here is what I found. The 529 account had been open since 2002, 22 years, well past the 15-year minimum. Nina, the beneficiary, was 28 years old and working as a software engineer in San Jose. She had a Roth IRA at her brokerage. She had earned income in 2023 and 2024, well above the contribution amounts. She was eligible. Under Section 126 of Secure 2.0, Nina could receive a direct rollover from the 529 account into her Roth IRA, up to $7,000 per year in 2024, up to the annual Roth IRA contribution limit, tax-free, penalty-free, regardless of her income level. Over 5 years, the full $34,600 could be repositioned into her Roth IRA without triggering $1 of tax. Bernard and Sylvia had $34,600 sitting in a college account doing nothing. After one 90-minute meeting, it became a 5-year Roth IRA funding strategy for their daughter. This is the loophole the government accidentally created. It is available now. It is available in all 50 states. And it is available to anyone who funded a 529 account for any child, for any grandchild, that still has money sitting in it. It is happening now. It is being used now. And the window to use it most efficiently is open right now, before Congress decides to close it. Section 126 of the Secure 2.0 Act, codified at IRC Section 402C8 and IRC Section 529C3E, allows a tax-free, penalty-free rollover from a 529 college savings account directly into a Roth IRA. The rollover is treated as a Roth IRA contribution, not as a distribution from the 529. Here are the specific rules. Every one of them matters. Rule 1. The 529 account must have been open for at least 15 years before the rollover. The 15-year clock begins on the date the account was first established, not the date of the first contribution. If you opened the account in 2009 and made your first contribution in 2010, the 15-year clock started in 2009. Rule 2. The beneficiary of the 529 account, the student, must be the owner of the Roth IRA receiving the rollover. The rollover goes to the beneficiary's Roth IRA, not the account owner's Roth IRA. This is the rule most financial advisors misstate. If you, the grandparent, are the 529 account owner and your grandchild is the beneficiary, the rollover goes into your grandchild's Roth IRA, not yours. Rule 3. Contributions made to the 529 account within the 5 years immediately preceding the rollover are not eligible. The rollover can only include contributions and earnings on those contributions that have been in the account for more than 5 years. Rule 4. The annual rollover amount cannot exceed the annual Roth IRA contribution limit for the year of the rollover. $7,000 in 2024 for individuals under 50, $8,000 for those 50 and older. The rollover counts against the beneficiary's total annual Roth IRA contribution limit. If the beneficiary has already contributed $3,000 to a Roth IRA in the same year, only $4,000 can be rolled over from the 529. Rule 5. The lifetime maximum rollover from a 529 to a Roth IRA is $35,000 per beneficiary. This limit is not indexed for inflation. It is a fixed statutory limit under Section 126. Rule 6. The beneficiary must have earned income in the year of the rollover equal to or greater than the rollover amount. The earned income requirement mirrors the standard Roth IRA contribution requirement. A beneficiary with no earned income, a full-time student, a non-working spouse, cannot receive a 529 to Roth rollover in that year. Let me tell you about the real people this has happened to, this time in the right way. Rosemary and Gerald Ashworth, ages 69 and 72, of Raleigh, North Carolina, opened 529 accounts for each of their 3 grandchildren in 2006. By 2024, 2 of the accounts were fully depleted. Tuition had consumed every dollar. The third account, opened for their youngest grandchild, Tyler, now age 22, held $28,400. Tyler graduated in May 2024, had earned income from a starting position at a logistics company, and had never contributed to a Roth IRA. The Ashworths' enrolled agent structured a 4-year rollover: $7,000 in 2024, $7,000 in 2025, $7,000 in 2026, and $7,400 in 2027, the final balance plus projected growth. Tyler will enter his late 20s with $28,400 in a Roth IRA, growing tax-free for the next 40 years. At a 7% average annual return, that $28,400 will be worth $426,000 at age 62, entirely tax-free. The Ashworths paid taxes on that money once, in the 1990s and 2000s when they earned it. It will never be taxed again. Sublist of 529 account scenarios that qualify for the Section 126 rollover. A 529 account opened for a child who received a full scholarship. The unused balance qualifies as long as the 15-year requirement is met. A 529 account opened for a child who did not attend college. The beneficiary can be changed to another family member before the rollover is executed. A 529 account opened for yourself that was never used. A valid 529 beneficiary change to an adult child or grandchild can position the account for a rollover on their behalf. A 529 account where the original beneficiary has died, the beneficiary can be changed to a surviving sibling or other qualifying family member under IRC Section 529E2. Section 109 of the Secure 2.0 Act, effective January 1st, 2025, creates what the tax community has begun calling the Super Catch-Up Contribution. It is one of the most significant retirement savings enhancements for pre-retirees in decades, and it applies to a window so specific, ages 60, 61, 62, and 63 only, that most people who qualify will miss it entirely if they are not looking for it. Here's how it works. Under existing law, individuals aged 50 and older can make an additional catch-up contribution to their workplace retirement plan, a 401k, 403b, or 457b, above the standard contribution limit. For 2025, the standard contribution limit is $23,500. The standard catch-up for those 50 and older is $7,500 for a total of $31,000. Beginning January 1st, 2025, individuals who are specifically aged 60, 61, 62, or 63, and only those ages, can make a super catch-up contribution of $11,250 instead of the standard $7,500. For 2025, that means a total possible contribution of $34,750 to a workplace retirement plan in a single year. Here is the surprise that trips up almost everyone. The super catch-up does not apply to IRA contributions. Traditional or Roth, it applies exclusively to workplace plans, 401k, 403b, governmental 457b, and simple IRA plans. A self-employed individual contributing only to a SEP-IRA does not qualify, but a self-employed individual with a solo 401k does. The distinction between a SEP-IRA and a solo 401k for this purpose alone is worth thousands of dollars in additional annual tax-deferred accumulation. The 4-year window is not renewable. Once you pass age 63, you revert to the standard $7,500 catch-up. The only way to maximize this provision is to know it exists before your 60th birthday, so you can ensure your retirement account structure has a qualifying workplace plan in place. Let me tell you about the real people this has happened to. Diane and Russell Pennington, ages 61 and 58, of Nashville, Tennessee, both work, Diane as a hospital administrator, Russell as a commercial real estate broker. Diane's employer offers a 403b plan. Russell is self-employed with a solo 401k. In 2025, Diane's age of 61 qualifies her for the super catch-up. Her total possible 403b contribution, $34,750, all pre-tax, reducing her federal taxable income by $34,750 in 2025, saving $7,645 in federal income tax at her 22% marginal rate. Russell, at 58, does not yet qualify, but his 60th birthday arrives in 2027, opening his own 4-year super catch-up window in a solo 401k that can accept up to $34,750 per year. Together, across their overlapping eligibility windows, the Penningtons can shelter an additional $97,000 from federal income tax between 2025 and 2030, money that would otherwise be taxed at 22% to 24%. The super catch-up is not indexed for inflation until 2026, when it begins adjusting annually. File this away. The 4 years between your 60th and 64th birthdays are the single highest value catch-up contribution window in federal retirement law, and they come once. They do not come back. Section 110 of the Secure 2.0 Act, effective January 1st, 2024, allows employers to treat an employee's qualified student loan payments as elective deferrals for the purpose of calculating employer matching contributions. In plain language, an employer can match your student loan payments with contributions to your retirement account, just as if you had made those payments into your 401k yourself. The stated intent of this provision was to help young workers burdened by student debt who could not afford to contribute to their 401k while repaying loans. The provision applies to any employee, including older workers, part-time workers, and workers who are repaying loans on behalf of a dependent or grandchild under certain employer plan designs. Here is the angle that nobody in mainstream financial media has explained. A grandparent who is 62 years old, working part-time, and making payments on a federal Parent Plus loan taken out for a grandchild's education in some employer plan designs may qualify to have those loan payments treated as elective deferrals. The employer match goes directly into the grandparent's 401k. The grandparent's retirement account grows. The loan is paid down. No 401k contribution was required. The plan design must specifically opt into Section 110. It is not automatic, but as of December 2024, more than 3,400 U.S. employers have adopted Section 110 provisions in their retirement plans, according to the Plan Sponsor Council of America's 2024 survey. That number is growing by approximately 200 plans per quarter. If you are working part-time and repaying any federally qualified student loan, for yourself, for a child, or in some cases for a grandchild, ask your HR department whether your employer's retirement plan has adopted the Section 110 match provision. That single conversation can generate $3,000 to $7,500 in annual employer retirement contributions at zero additional cost to you. Before the Secure 2.0 Act, Roth contributions were available only in Roth IRAs, subject to income limits that phase out at $146,000 for single filers and $230,000 for married couples in 2024, and in designated Roth accounts inside 401k and 403b plans. Self-employed individuals and small business owners who wanted tax-free retirement accumulation were limited to the Roth IRA contribution limits of $7,000 to $8,000 per year. Sections 601 and 602 of the Secure 2.0 Act changed that permanently. Beginning in 2023, employers, including self-employed individuals, can designate SEP-IRA contributions and simple IRA contributions as Roth contributions. That means a self-employed retiree with a SEP-IRA can now contribute up to 25% of net self-employment income, up to $69,000 in 2024, directly into a Roth SEP-IRA. No income phase-out, no Roth IRA contribution limit, tax-free accumulation on up to $69,000 per year. The specific opportunity for retirees with consulting income, rental income structured as active business income, or part-time self-employment, a retiree earning $80,000 in net self-employment income can contribute $20,000 to a Roth SEP-IRA in 2024, completely tax-free on the growth in distributions, while simultaneously contributing $7,000 to a traditional Roth IRA if income limits allow. Total annual Roth accumulation, $27,000. Total future tax-free retirement income generated, compounding on $27,000 per year for 10 to 15 years, at 6% average growth, produces a Roth balance of $375,000 to $630,000, never taxed again. The practical barrier: most SEP-IRA custodians had not updated their account agreements and contribution processing systems to accept Roth designated contributions as of early 2024. By mid-2024, Fidelity, Schwab, and Vanguard had all implemented Roth SEP-IRA functionality. Verify with your custodian that the account is designated as Roth before the contribution is made. A SEP contribution made to the wrong account designation cannot be reversed after the tax filing deadline. Section 127 of the Secure 2.0 Act, effective January 1st, 2024, created a new account type, the Pension-Linked Emergency Savings Account, or PLESA. Employers can automatically enroll non-highly compensated employees, those earning less than $135,000 in 2024, into a PLESA linked to their 401k or similar workplace plan. Contributions to a PLESA are Roth designated, after tax, and capped at $2,500 per year. Withdrawals are penalty-free at any time for any reason. Employer matching contributions, up to the plan's standard match rate, apply to PLESA contributions exactly as they would to 401k contributions. Here is the specific opportunity for retirees who return to part-time work. A retiree who takes a part-time position at a company that has adopted a PLESA, earning below the $135,000 threshold, can contribute $2,500 per year to the PLESA. If the employer matches 50% of contributions up to 6% of salary, the employer contributes $1,250 to the retiree's PLESA or to their 401k, depending on plan design. The PLESA contribution is withdrawn at year-end penalty-free, and the employer match rolls into the linked 401k as a permanent retirement contribution. The net result, a retiree working 20 hours per week at $22 per hour, earning $22,880 per year, contributes $2,500 to a PLESA, receives a $1,250 employer match in their 401k, and withdraws the $2,500 from the PLESA at year end. Net out-of-pocket cost, $0. Net retirement account gain, $1,250 per year in employer match contributions, plus earnings. Over 10 years of part-time work, $12,500 in employer contributions, plus compounding, entirely generated by a $2,500 annual circular contribution that comes back out each year. It is not a trick. It is not a loophole in the pejorative sense. It is the exact structure Congress authorized when it wrote Section 127, and almost no one returning to part-time work in retirement knows to ask for it. Here are your 5 protection moves, one for each dimension. Every one of them is available right now. Every one of them has a specific deadline or age-dependent window, and every one of them becomes permanently less valuable with each year you delay. Locate every 529 account you have ever opened, for any child, any grandchild, or yourself. Check the account opening date. If the account is 15 or more years old and carries a balance, any balance, contact the 529 plan administrator and confirm that your plan has implemented the Section 126 rollover provision. Not all state 529 plans had adopted the rollover mechanics as of January 2024. Some required plan amendments. If your plan is ready, contact the Roth IRA custodian and initiate a direct rollover of up to $7,000 before December 31st of this year. Do not let unused 529 money sit as a taxable withdrawal when it can enter a Roth IRA tax-free. If you or your spouse will turn 60, 61, 62, or 63 at any point before December 31st, 2028, confirm today that you have a qualifying workplace retirement plan in place before that birthday arrives. A 401k, 403b, governmental 457b, or solo 401k all qualify. A SEP-IRA does not. If you are self-employed and currently using a SEP-IRA as your primary retirement vehicle, consult an enrolled agent about converting to a solo 401k before your 60th birthday. The 4-year super catch-up window, $11,250 per year above the standard limit, is worth up to $15,000 in additional tax-deferred accumulation over the 4 qualifying years. Once you pass 63, it is gone. If you are currently repaying any federally qualified student loan, Parent Plus, Graduate Plus, or a consolidation loan, and you are employed at a company with a 401k, 403b, or similar plan, ask your HR department one specific question. Has your plan adopted the Section 110 student loan match provision under Secure 2.0? If yes, certify your student loan payments to the plan administrator. Your loan payments will generate employer matching contributions to your retirement account at no additional contribution cost to you. The certification process takes approximately 20 minutes, and most employers provide a standard form. 4. If you have any self-employment income, consulting, freelancing, rental income from an actively managed property, or any 1099-NEC income, open a Roth SEP-IRA at Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard before the tax filing deadline for the current year, including extensions. Confirm in writing by email or account document that the account is designated as a Roth SEP-IRA, not a traditional SEP-IRA. Calculate 25% of your net self-employment income and contribute that amount, up to $69,000. If this is your first Roth SEP contribution, confirm with your custodian that the account meets the 5-year holding period for tax-free qualified distributions starting from the year of the first contribution. If you are returning to part-time work, or if you are considering it, ask every prospective employer whether their 401k plan has adopted the PLESA provision under Secure 2.0 Section 127. A PLESA-enabled employer effectively offers a second matching contribution pathway that most benefits managers will not mention proactively. For a retiree working 15 to 25 hours per week, this provision can generate $1,000 to $3,000 per year in employer-matched retirement contributions with zero net out-of-pocket cost. And now the bonus move. I call this the Secure 2.0 stacking protocol. It is the simultaneous execution of 3 provisions in a single tax year: the 529 to Roth rollover, the Roth SEP-IRA contribution, and the super catch-up contribution, timed and coordinated so that the combined Roth accumulation in a single calendar year exceeds $50,000 for a qualifying household, entirely within the boundaries of the tax code, entirely outside the Roth IRA income limits that would otherwise disqualify high-income retirees, and entirely tax-free on every dollar of future growth and distribution. For a household that executes this protocol for 4 consecutive years, 2025 through 2028, the total tax-free Roth accumulation is between $180,000 and $220,000, depending on earned income levels and account balances. At a 6% average annual return, that accumulation produces between $290,000 and $355,000 in tax-free retirement assets by age 75. I have documented the complete stacking sequence, including the 529 rollover initiation checklist, the Solo 401k conversion timeline, the Roth SEP-IRA contribution worksheet, the Section 110 employer certification template, and the PLESA enrollment script, in a 48-page guide that is completely free. The link is in the description below. In the next video, I am going to show you something that almost no financial advisor is discussing: a 2025 change to the way IRMAA look-back years interact with Roth conversion income that is causing thousands of retirees who converted correctly in 2023 to face Medicare premium surcharges in 2025 they were told would not happen. If you executed a Roth conversion in 2022, 2023, or 2024, that video is not optional. Share this video with anyone between the ages of 57 and 68 who has a 529 account, self-employment income, or a part-time job with a 401k. The Secure 2.0 Act created these provisions for exactly these people. Most of them have never heard of a single one. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. The government accidentally built the most powerful retirement loophole in decades. The only question is whether you use it before it closes.